What's going on, guys? That's Marcus. I'm Frankie, and welcome back to the Listening Nook, the show where we listen and react to music from around the world and across time. With that, let's get into it.
All right, so the music of Japan, it is wide and deep and sometimes very, very weird, right? So we're not going to get into the weirdest of the weird in Japan. Not yet. Not today. That'll come at another time. What we want to do, however, is kind of we want to compare. Yeah, we want to compare. We want to compare and contrast what will be considered very unique, original type of human music, you know? So we will be looking at a band called Ruins, okay? And this is a band made up of two people, drums and bass, and most of the music done by them has been composed. So they're working off of charts, you know? There might be some small improvised sections, but most of it is composed, okay? Versus electronic type of written or created music, especially the Vocaloid, using that. Who would you say is the most famous for that?
I think isn't it the Hatsune Miku?
Yeah,
that's like the most.
Yeah.
Well, because that's not just. I'm getting too deep into it already, but that's like one of the voices, right? And then it became its own artist.
Yeah, and like part of the software
there's
first.
Different kind of like Miku. Question mark? I don't know. Let me know. Fill me in.
So yeah, and who are we going to be listening to for the electronic?
Today it's I think it's pronounced Kikuo.
Kikuo is what we're going with.
We had a debate about how to pronounce it, so if we're not pronouncing it right, yell at us in the comments and tell us how to pronounce it. But yeah, super cool Vocaloid, super awesome music.
Yeah. So we're gonna see the difference between the two. Talk about some of this more, I guess, undergroundish kind of music. You know, Ruins they were doing stuff I think all the way since the '80s, so they're not so new. But I think they were very ahead of their time anyway. But that goes without saying. What talks more? What speaks more is the music itself. So should we just get
Let's
going?
do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part, by the way.
That's nuts. Those pauses there, I don't even know if that's like some odd meter stuff going on there. There's definitely some like irregular pauses in there.
Yeah.
That hits you, man. That really does.
Yeah, they're nuts live. I've seen them a few times, man. It's and they don't stop. They just go. It's like a marathon of you know.
That's awesome.
I mean they get into it. Of note, as of their predecessors from another country like Germany and other parts of Europe, they created their own language. Like, literally,
awesome.
Like all these words and the grammar and syntax and all that has been created by them.
Mastgron Ingem.
That's a good one. Yeah, it's the name of the album there. But
is it? So that's their language.
I would guess so.
Okay,
Yeah. So this is all created, and a lot of that comes from band Magma from way back, which you can hear some of the influences from, but also the made-up language and all that, which is really unique, really interesting. But this is their style. I mean, it is humorous. You can't be afraid to laugh and think you're disrespecting them in any way. That's what's wanted, you know.
Yeah.
As John Cage says, I prefer laughter over tears.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Two people.
Hell yeah. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, I was not expecting that. We got that intro with all that space. That's super humorous in the intro too. That's nuts. I love that so much.
And they have like hundreds of songs like this, man. That's
awesome.
all unique in their own way.
Without getting into the nitty gritty and getting to music theory on it, but I am a sucker for a good triplet feel. That's awesome. That almost felt like a bembe there. Yeah. You know, it gets you moving that way. I was not expecting it to go to that direction. And then you get these crazy like just machine gun fire rapping almost. Oh my god. That's awesome.
And it sounds so big.
Yeah.
Where like, two people,
so it's drums and
bass.
That's
and
sick.
they're both on vocals.
That's awesome.
So yeah, and it feels. I mean,
that's cool.
Dang. Quartets. A lot of quartets don't sound this big. You know?
That made me tear up a little bit. It's like,
it hits you, right?
Okay, there we are. Let's do it.
And musically, I mean, especially with what's going on with the rhythm, there's a lot to talk about. But let's go back a little bit and get hit more by this train.
Yeah. Let's try.
We're back here.
Oh my god!
There's little like right there. Right back.
Yeah. Oh my god, that sounds like the what's it called? The blue rondo a la. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Good catch,
it's
man.
cool. It's like
that.
That like emphasis. It's triplets still, but we get that emphasis of two.
Yeah.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. That's so awesome. And I have to
drive.
You have to throw it in here. I'm working on a Pat Metheny tune right now. Because you got to have the Pat Metheny reference with me.
Yeah, it's all, every time.
But the tune is 557 off of Letter from Home. I think that's the album. But yeah, it's got that like it's got that triplet feel in the bridge there where we're having like it's like bum 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 bum. I love that.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know what you call that. That's like Hemiola kind of vibe.
Yeah.
There.
I mean, emotionally, it just has that drive to it, man. It's a unique drive too, if you know what I mean. It's a very forward movement.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a very forward.
Yeah,
it's the opposite of laid back R&B.
Yeah, I am a sucker for that. I feel like it's such a power, and it's really hard not to like groove with it and get along with it unless you dismiss it completely. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's just like you're either in it or you're a loser. No, but that's so sick, and I'm I really. In a lot of the song, like in some songs and live performances with my band, I try and have that idea, the same kind of feeling where it's like, man, what the hell is happening here? Like it's just so intense and so much, and you can't help but just laugh out of kind of hysteria. I think that's such an amazing feeling that music can create.
It's with this, like seeing them live. I saw them like once in Boston and once in Tokyo, and both times was the same. It's they just start, they don't stop, and you just after like you catch your breath because the first few songs, they're they're hitting you like a speed train, you know. But then after you catch your breath and they're still going, you start just cracking up, and you look around at like your friends or just strangers, and you all just start laughing, you know. It's just like, what is going on here? This is insane.
When are they still touring?
Good question. I heard that he's been doing stuff. He has another one called Sax Ruins. It's drums and Barry sax, which is also pretty cool.
Okay,
you know?
So he's the drummer, the dude.
Yeah, he's the one who does. This is his band, and he writes everything. So there's different configurations of it, but I personally like the original players for this band.
Yeah. I was gonna say I want to go see them if they're doing stuff like this.
Yeah,
still.
They used to come to the States and play. You know.
That's cool.
I don't know what's up with that anymore, but let's
finish it out here.
Yeah. Hits you.
Yeah. Oh, we're done. That's it.
Yeah, man, that's it's a good song to play on a first date.
Yeah,
you know,
if your date isn't vibing with it, get another date. gotta be vibing with this. That's so fun. I need to add this to like my routine listening. I want to play this with some of my friends and see how what they think. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. I want to go back. I want to listen to it one more time where we get that triplet feel for the first time.
Yeah,
is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Is that
man.
okay?
It's good. I think they agree. You know.
Let's hear this. I'm just. Yeah. Yeah.
The vocals are perfect between the rhythm of the drum. You know, it's
Oh my god, it just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
I mean, how long? I mean, it feels that the song itself is only 2 minutes 19 seconds.
Alright. I'll stop it there. What else
I love it, man. It's so good.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
This is a great. I mean, all their albums are good, man. I mean, this is a good one from the Zadig label. You know, however you pronounce it.
It has the.
He always,
the yellow guys. Is that the only, like, whatchamacallit, like a signifier?
It could be. I mean, it's true. I think at least most of the releases have that. I think different colors for different categories. I think this is like considered the New Japan category for the label, where they have other different types of category, like composer series, stuff like that.
Okay.
But, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. We don't want to get into it too much because we got the other song to do. But as far as this is just one thing I want to say. Putting songs together with bits and pieces of rhythmic patterns. You know? I mean, these are just patterns that are kind of blocked together and creates the song, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they all relate in one way, but they're all very different, you know?
I was going to say it feels super. I know we were talking about this recently, like it feels super like jump cut, you know? But that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
It works for that style, you know?
Yeah, because everything is just so fast-paced. The fact that, you know, something new is always kind of coming at you. I wonder how they composed it. Like, I know some of my songs that I've composed that are like that are like you said, often composed in bits and pieces. Like here's this section, and then here's this section, and how are we gonna, you know, fit them together? That's the big thing. So I wonder how they composed it, if they had like that. or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
They had that.
That section there, yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if I could tell you how it transitions to that triplet feel. It's just it's so up and on.
It just jumps right into it.
It's just up and on you.
There's that Paul's, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
It
awesome.
just jumps right into it.
Yeah, and that.
And then
Oh,
from
so
there,
good.
it's just it's running, it's driving for a while, and it goes in and out of different patterns there. But I think, yeah, it's a play of patterns, really. I feel, and even the voices filling in all the other little spaces here and there. There's a lot going on.
They create such a big sound with just really 4 instruments. If you think the voices as one too.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I think that's a really cool thing to take from having a smaller instrumentation but getting a bigger sound.
Yep.
And how can you is that the only way you can accomplish it? Obviously not. But what are some other ways where you can get a big sound with only a couple of instruments? Yeah.
Well, of course, it has a lot to do not just the writing, but the actual performance of it. They're tight. These guys are tight. They're well rehearsed. They're great musicians. Without that confidence in their playing, they couldn't pull this off at all. You know?
It's true.
But that's the thing. When you watch a live band like this, and the audience is there with their mouths, their jaws just dropped open, and that's just something that I feel comes particularly from live human musicians. They're up there on stage. You can see them playing their instruments. Where they're watching them, it's just like, damn, they're good musicians and this is cool music. But then I've gotten a similar reaction to electronic music, there's still a human involved, but it's presented in a very different way, like what we're going to now. And most electronic music, I've been to all kinds, a lot of more, experimental avant-garde electronic, more the very IDM or dance, and a lot of the techno type of stuff that is made just for dance. And the audience reacts differently, but still not the same way they would as if there was a live band in front of them.
You think it's comparable? You think it's less?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay, fair.
Because some of the, like for example, some electronic musicians do incorporate both. Like if you've seen Square Pusher, he plays bass, that's his main thing. So he'll have a lot of loops going on his computer or his drum machine or whatever. Then he picks up the bass and that adds to it, and he might loop that or cut it up inside what he's doing. And it makes sense that people are going to watch that in the same way because, it's great watching him do all this in real time, But then I've watched other electronic musicians that they're just at their computer. They're doing what they do.
Yeah.
But you don't get any real idea what exactly they're doing. I've heard multiple times, while being in the audience, and people be like, I don't know if he's just checking his email, So, how about he has that on?
Well, maybe it's not comparable. It's maybe a similar level, but just a completely different experience and feel altogether. Have you found yourself with electronic artists, have you found yourself having that same jaw dropping this is incredible, this is crazy, or do you think just by the setup of it, is it limited?
No, I have, especially because of just the sounds they were making. A lot of times you can't even see it, though, because of the lights, the smoke, and all that. And, So you can let your imagination go, and the music that's being created is just like, wow, this is nuts, you know? Just as if you were listening to the music, not actually seeing what's going on anyway, So it's interesting the two, to me, electronic music, it's in there with all other kinds of music, I don't put it out there or think it's any different, this is kind of controversial, but I believe AI could do the same thing. If it sounds good, it is good,
Fair enough. And
I think
that's a
Frankie
debate.
I know Frankie's stance a bit on there, which is cool,
No, I think obviously the AI conversation is one for another day, but I think it all has a part in making great music, and I think eventually everything has its place, and I'm still figuring out where I stand on AI music, so I think it'd be what's the word? Irresponsible of me to take a stance here and now.
Yeah, and it's true. There's a lot to say about that.
That's for another day. Yeah.
We'll bring out
watch
some AI
watch
music.
out for the official Frankie stance on AI video coming out. No, but what's our next song here? I think like we said, this is
Gomenne.
Kikuo. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I can't read that.
It says Gomenne. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do know that. So I've listened to the song a couple times before. I'm sure you have, but
I don't recognize this cover, but probably the music.
Yeah, me neither. I just
okay.
there was a music video and there was a stationary cover.
Okay, cool.
So I chose the stationary cover. It's cool.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Stationary.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Vocaloid here. No human.
I think we'll say that when we pause. Oh,
yeah.
This is just one of those songs where, like, you look up at the moon and you're on the moon looking back down at yourself so you don't cry. I'll shut up now because it's getting real. Yeah.
Break. Oh.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I know, because this part, it gets even better, so I just want to, talk now while we have the chance.
Oh my God.
This is the best part of a video game right there, when it just breaks open and,
This is just like, it's so awesome. And I think I said this before, when you're listening, but yeah, it's like you're looking up at the moon, down back at yourself, so you don't cry. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You talked to me about that analogy when performing and playing something so beautiful, but oh my God, some of those chords in the beginning, let me just get back. It's just, I mean, the timbre and everything right here, and everything comes in.
Bass comes in, yeah.
Oh my God. That chord right over there. If we can analyze it as much as we it sounds like a flat 2, something like that.
Yeah.
That Neapolitan chord. I really don't know though.
But yeah.
Oh, it's so. So what I was gonna say is that I feel like when you're working with the Vocaloid and everything, obviously the human voice is so expressive, but the way I don't know who's behind Kikuo, but the way he just blends it and programs it to be so expressive. For me, it's just as expressive as a human voice. Oh. And maybe that's controversial, but like especially it's so raw, but at the same time like so perfect and programmed, and it elicits this kind of like naturalistic perfection, I like that you can only get with the Vocaloid, and that you don't necessarily want with a voice, because it's not necessarily meant to be perfect every time, but this specifically is just it's that naturalistic perfection.
Oh, I like that, and even though it's not natural, but
yeah.
No, but that's that. You can. I've heard throughout my life, certain people saying, "Oh, this musician or whatever doesn't have any soul," and I never could make sense out of that. When I was a little kid, I'd hear it and be like, "Okay," but as I became a musician, and as I start to hear more, not even just human but non-human music become very meaningful and emotional to people. I mean, not even electronic music. If you go with electronic music, but say in video games, people will hear old video game music, and the nostalgia kicks in, and it makes them extremely emotional. It's more the receiver, I think, more than anything. When it comes to these emotional responses.
And do you think that like, do you think that the fact that a human is making it, even though it could be electronic, has to do a part with it, or do you think it's just the receiver? I mean, I know we're not gonna dive into the whole AI debate, but let's say let's say AI does do a video game score or whatever, and besides like removing all bias from the AI machine and whatever, if it has some sort of meaning to you, the receiver. Do you feel that whoever's creating the music, the receiver has the most say in whether something is important or not?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I mean, we're the receiver. I mean, the emotional response is us. I mean, depending on if it means anything to you or means anything to me, but yeah, why would it matter if it's coming from a human or a tree or
it's
or,
fair.
or an
fair.
animal or anything like that?
It's a fair debate. Yeah.
I've heard just enough electronic music in my life and felt an amazing emotional response. I mean, I'm not making I'm not faking it.
Sure. Yeah.
That's my proof right there.
Yeah.
So I mean. That also goes with saying when, if someone comes up, if someone tells you, you got to play more emotional, they might have a point. Like, they might mean, you might need more vibrato on it. It could be a stylistical thing you're going for.
Yeah.
You need to bend that note a little bit more. But it's up to what they're saying is that the majority of the receivers need to translate that as emotional. It's very scientific.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that to me, this is extremely emotional.
Yeah.
And the other one final thing about stuff like this is that what I love about electronic music, it could do stuff that humans can't, like her range.
Yeah, I love that. That 2-octave jump wherever it is. Let me see if I got it. Here it is.
Yeah, I love that, man.
I'm sorry, I have to pause that sometime. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember first getting into MIDI music. This is back in the 90s, man,
Yeah.
And I remember the guy who was helping me, on one rule that he laid down, he said, and I understand why he said this, but he said, you got to keep all these instruments within range and you got to make them sound natural. You can't have, a tuba play out of its range. It will sound funny. But to me, that didn't, I understand why he said that. In many cases, it makes sense and you want to do that. But creatively, you can do whatever you want. You can create a tuba that has the biggest range in the world. That's the reason why we have electronic music, I think, is to do those things, like what that vocalist.
And I think the fact that, just there, or to your point, the tuba, like having that vocal jump of 2 octaves, 2 octaves,
perfectly.
It just creates a vibe that you can't get even by a human doing it. The Vocaloid, and obviously, the composer is super aware of the effect he's trying to do, and he wants to work with, kind of the strong suits of the Vocaloid here, but it's just so perfect. When I first heard that, you're like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
This is like my perfect, like this is my, like, if I'm just driving or whatever,
Oh, this is your driving music.
I could be
wow.
driving, but
Okay.
this is like my like crying in the car music.
Oh,
you know what
okay.
I'm saying?
Okay.
Or whatever, just like in the car. Be in the car.
Try not to imagine Frankie driving in the car and crying, but there you go.
Yeah, maybe it's interesting. I mean, you don't have to be crying, but you can be
Emotional.
You can be emotional. You can be happy,
Yeah,
sad, emotional.
Happy cry.
Sure, whatever. All right, let's get back in.
There you go. She's so happy. I'd be happy living in this world. Yeah, I get it. Oh my god. Ripping bass there, man.
Yeah. And then
jump. Little carousel here.
Just the atmosphere created here is ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
Now we're like the perfect mix.
Yeah, we changed it.
Yeah.
Hold up, man. This is it's a circus of beautiful ear candy here, man. You know, it's so visual. What do you visualize in your head when you listen to this?
Yeah, I find a lot of what I visualize when hearing this music is like, you know, when you close your eyes and you kind of rub them and then you get these really weird, kind of like almost mechanical visions.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of what I'm hearing or visualizing is that kind of sensation, but almost put to the colors and vibes that I'm getting from this and even the album. For me, that bass, when it's kind of in that more like, I don't know what you call it, like dubsteppy section, for me, that's like a circle that in the center of my vision kind of like dripping and then refracting like concentrically. It's really hard to explain.
Nice way. No, that's a good way to explain it. It's very abstract.
Exactly what that is. Hold on. Okay, back. Very much this kind of idea, but more like black, white, light blue, purpley kind of timbres here.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Is there any non-abstract stuff going on in your head, or is it all pretty much like that?
Yeah, so, I mean, like, when you said paragliding, that section, right after the dubstep, kind of like that verse, my sing's amazing. Definitely, it feels like we're in this video game kind of world.
Yeah.
You know, you said paragliding. I imagine being in the clouds of some sort over this futuristic, like, I don't know. I always draw from that like futuristic, like elven kind of like theme that's in a lot of like TV shows.
I got you.
Watch,
yeah.
So I'm kind of drawing from that, but
I mean, I think a lot of people would agree that this kind of music is very visual. So what's cool about that is this is creativity music. I mean, it inspires you to visualize with the music and be inspired. So to me, that is really unique. You know, not all music does that. You know, some music is made for dancing. You know, dance music. It's made for. I mean, it might make you visualize stuff. You know, not saying none of that can't. You know, but music like this, I think it leans heavy on just naturally having people come figure up stuff in their head. You know.
Yeah.
But move on, shall we?
Yeah. Keep listening. What do you guys visualize? Let us know in the comments down below.
I wonder what they visualize.
I don't know, man.
Great transition there, man, really.
Yeah. I love that, like, almost atonal, like, building blocks following and, like, Oh my god, it's like the alien whisper.
Yeah. Those sizzles, like metal shards.
accordion back.
Accordion is used a lot in his songs.
I love it.
Yeah. I forgot to say what I see in my head. I mean, it changes a lot, but especially when she starts singing, it's like an anime fairy, just you know, going around doing her daily chores with her accordion, sprinkling magic in this world that's pretty abstract, kind of similar to what you were talking about. But that's where she lives, and she's singing. She's very happy with her job or her chores, whatever. It's
That's cool.
It's you. I mean, I would never think of this type of stuff in my head without this kind of music. You know, it brings out like it opens something inside of you that you don't know was there.
That's interesting.
Something very weird.
I wouldn't have. Like for me, this music that seems quite peaceful. There seems a little bit more of a battle here for me.
I think that's in the where maybe what she's flying over.
Fair enough. It's true. And yeah, for me, I think this is definitely like. This feels like the main character. You know, I put this music on when I want to feel like I'm the main character in my story, and
you're the flying fairy.
I am the flying anime fairy.
Doing your magic,
doing my chores. No, that'd be such a whimsical life. But
yeah, but what's down there isn't too.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
But she's very optimistic.
Yeah.
I mean, listen to her sing. She's happy.
You know. I was saying this when we were listening that like just purely from the creation standpoint, creating this, I can just imagine you're done. You think you're done. You listen back to it, and just that feeling of just resolution or whatever you get. I mean, this is such a incredible product, and it's so detailed. I didn't mention this per se, but like the especially like I find in that more dubstep kind of area, we're mainly on like one tonality. You know, it's just we're kind of harping on one chord. But the reason why it doesn't get stale is because there's so many little beeps and boops and
layers of them,
and I even heard some like very very quiet triplets in the bass that is just kind of allowing us to kind of like fall over ourselves into the next beat. And I think it's that level of detail and level of consideration when making this that just makes it such an incredible song and experience and product.
All of his songs are like that. I mean,
I know
great detail. You know what's
awesome.
going on. I would love to see. I mean, there might be something on YouTube or whatever, like his creation process. You know, I can guess a few things here and there. You know, but the detail that he puts in. You know?
And I would love to put this song through like a stem splitter. And just kind of like, just take it and just like open up the sandwich to see the ingredients, you know. Maybe that's cheating, but
no, it's just our curiosity, you know.
Yeah. All right, shall we finish it out?
Yes, sir. Stuff in the background.
It's nuts.
In the bass. It's like that kaleidoscopic mush.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Kaleidoscopic mush.
Kaleidoscopic mush. You knew that was going to end up somewhere like that. Okay. That's some of her glitter falling down.
Yeah.
That just was like...
That's the mic drop right there.
She just dropped the mic and the glitter followed and end of scene.
Drop the mic and the glitter.
Man, that's, you know, I mean, well, all right. two completely different kinds of music from Japan, by the way.
Yeah.
Human. And yeah, both human, but one done by a human in a traditional sense with instruments, and then more electronic type of creative music.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this is unique to Japan only, but there's a certain intensity in both of them. There's a certain drive. I think I think that kind of drive is also present a lot in a lot of Japanese popular music. You know, not saying that is uniquely Japanese. We certainly have a lot of that American all over the world, but I think there's just kind of that intensity there that I immediately picked up on. It's just.
Do you know where that comes from and why?
No, I don't.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it is uniquely Japanese, but there is a big difference between Japanese rhythm patterns and Western rhythm patterns. And I know we talked about this a while ago, but this was like a long time ago. So America, we love the 2 and 4. In fact, you are a bad person if you're not leaning on the 2 and 4, right? You know, we just need that. We need that laid back feeling, and it's going to be laid back when you're in the 2 and 4.
Yeah.
In Japan, it's what we are supposed to not like. The stress is on the 1 and the 3, which gives you a more forward motion.
Yeah.
And that's just more, they're built that way, you know? That's what's in their culture.
You know what's interesting? That's so funny that you say that, because we were just talking about the Severance theme, because I'm looking into that right now, because it's just such a well-written theme. You guys know that. You guys are familiar with the Severance theme. But when I first heard it, I got messed up because it's a series of chords followed by a pedal note.
Yeah. Okay.
But the chords are on the 1 and the 3. And the pedal note is on the 2 and the 4, but you would expect that pedal to be on the 1 and the 3 and the accents to be on the 2 and the 4. And so when you know, researching this song, I got so turned around because I kept thinking it was on the 2 and the 4, but looking back and like you're saying, it does have that forward motion. It's very interesting.
Yep. And you know, I mean, you picked up on that. I mean, every musician I know that goes to Japan, and you know, this conversation does come up because it is a thing. And you know, we talk about the differences between, you know, this very forward, this push, this kind of rushed, almost like tense feeling of being pushed, which is all on the 1 and the 3, you know, where we're used to our music being on the 2 and the 4, which is more laid back. But you know, you don't see it that way. You use them both for how you want to. You know, it's just something else to put in your vocabulary for what you can use. You know,
I didn't get yelled at, but I got constructively criticized in my Miami audition for Rushing.
What were you? I mean,
yeah,
okay,
I was, but it was interesting because the song I played before was an original, which is very much kind of inspired by this kind of the battle and the you know that forward movement. So they were like, play something that's the opposite of that. And I'm like, okay, so I just played like a popular song to try and get away from it, but I ended up rushing because I was still kind of, I mean, there's nerves and stuff, there's visual, but like you know, I was like they were like, this kind of music you never want to be rushing, you want to be laid back. And I'm like, uh-oh. Guess I'm not going to school here. It's fine. It's okay. That's my sob story.
Yeah, that's where you put the song on in your car and cry. So I mean, there's a lot to say about all this stuff. This is all great music. I'm glad we went in this direction, you know. So guys, you know, again, this is new what we're doing. I mean, not new. This is stuff that, you know, Frankie and I and other people here, we sit around, listen to music, talk about it, dissect it, you know. It's cool to hear what you guys think, maybe what you think we should do more of. I'm wondering, you know, should we get out and analyze a lot of this music more deeply? Should we casually talk about it? I mean, I like to do it all, you know.
Yeah.
We'll be on Twitch soon. We're just putting a bunch of videos out on YouTube first. You'll see all that. But anyway, besides that, any other closing notes on on this stuff?
It's great music. I would love to listen to more of it. you know, if you guys have any suggestions on more kinds of this music that we should listen to, please let us know. If you guys have suggestions, just generally music we should listen to, let us know. So yeah, as always, do the like, do the subscribe, do the comment, and this time, the bell isn't hidden. We've actually talked about where the bell is in this video. If you haven't realized, the bell is in the little pixie fairy in your imagination. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about that world. It's actually in her bag of glitter. Her bag, a little dust that she sprinkles around. So this time you're gonna have to find wherever she lives in Marcus's imagination, and you're gonna go and you're gonna need to rummage around. Make sure don't be too destructive of everything.
She'll let you look in the bag if you're nice to her.
She's super chill.
Don't try to grab it. That's not cool.
Yeah. But yeah. So if you find it, let us know, and obviously ring the bell and do all the things. So yeah. See ya.